apologize 9 to 9 TV and movie reviews. Talking out loud, which is 9 to 9.
Hey, to all my listeners out there, how are you today? I want to ask everyone out there, did you see the movie Pretty Boy Ricky? I have to say I did, and I will give it a 10. It was a very good movie. I did enjoy it. I have to say that it answered all the questions that I had for this movie, or for this story, period. I want to go ahead and point out a couple of things that I did like about the movie. I seen that Ricky came from a dysfunctional family, and it showed that in this movie very clearly. We seen the relationship he had with his sister. We seen how he got caught up and became an informant. We seen how he used to go ahead and deal drugs with his father. We see his relationship begin with Johnny. We seen the way that Johnny was taken down. We seen the way that Johnny's wife was taken down. We seen that Johnny was married to the mayor's niece. We seen the way that the mayor's brother was taken down. We actually seen Ricky's sister recover. We seen Ricky's grandparents. We seen the way that Ricky was trying to change the way that his life was a little. I think that he thought he was in too deep and wanted to change it and wanted to go back to school. He had mentioned that in the movie, and that seemed to change when he had no other choice but to not be in school after he had gotten shot, and they told him he couldn't be in school. So, we see that one of his loyal friends, or one of his friends that he thought was loyal, came into the house and shot him. We seen the outcome of him getting shot. We seen that he had to have a colostomy bag after that. We see him become a father. We see him in a relationship with a girl. It wasn't really a relationship. Let's say he had relationships with a girl, and he became a father. And from the way it looked, he was involved with this child. He was in this child's life, and that was good. Especially with him being a young man. And by the end of the movie, we see that the baby comes to the prison with Johnny and his sister and his father. So my thoughts on that was Ricky's baby's mother felt he was in that child's life enough to have the baby visit him in prison. We seen that the father kept on trying to encourage Ricky that he was going to get out. Like, it's going to be okay. So we're going to find a way to get you up out of here. Well, Ricky, from what it looked like, Ricky didn't have no hope as far as to get out. He, it looked like he knew that he wasn't going to get out. I'm pretty sure he hoped and prayed to get out. But as we know till today, this man's not out of prison. We seen his relationship with his grandparents. Like I said, this was a pretty good movie. It gave us all the answers that we needed, to the questions that we had. Or let me say me personally, I give this movie a 10. I really and truly do. I encourage all folks to get out there and watch this movie if you haven't seen it. And if you have seen it, feel free to go and Leave some comments on my Facebook, Talking Out Loud with Jazzy929, and tell me what you thought about this movie because I thought it was good. I want to know if there's anybody out there that agrees and thought this movie was good too. Um, what would you rate this movie? And what do you think about this whole situation? Because let's not forget, this movie is based on a true story. I also seen reports that the sister wasn't too happy with this movie. She said that the way that the movie showed their family wasn't exactly correct on how the family was. And if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? I felt bad for that family because this family, from what the movie showed, was very, very, very dysfunctional. So with that situation, there was no hope for this young guy. You know, say this young 15-year-old boy. I mean, I didn't see any respect for anybody in this movie as far as with his family. In his family, we seen that the dad didn't respect his parents. Ricky didn't respect his parents. His sister didn't respect the father, and the mother was missing. So it's like he just came from a total dysfunctional family. So, and the fact that him being so young, I totally understand why it was so easy for the police to go ahead and turn him into an informant, persuade him to do so, and how the streets went ahead and swallowed him up, and how he was able to get persuaded into the game. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and close out right now. I hope y'all join me next time, and thank you all for listening.
Talking out loud with Jazzy 9 to 9. TV